Hey there everyone, and welcome to this week's market update. Last week in El Paso County, we saw a total of 156 homes that came to market. We saw 46 price increases, 76 price decreases. We saw 37 homes that came back on market. Now those were houses that were under contract that didn't make it all the way to close for one reason or another. And we saw a total of 418 homes that were sold and closed out completely. So this week was the third week in a row that we saw less than 200 new homes come to market in 1 week. Now here in El Paso County and the Colorado Springs metro area, we've already kind of got a low state of inventory as is. So the last couple of weeks with fewer than 200 homes coming to market, buyers out there are starting to see the effect of it, starting to feel the effect of it because there isn't a whole lot out there. Even now with new construction, spec homes are being sold very, very quickly. And spec homes are the properties that builders intended on building anyways, where they had the floor plan shows, where they had a lot of the options chosen. And if you get into those early enough, you can choose a few of your options, but generally you don't get to pick and choose everything that goes into them. As far as new construction, that's taking anywhere between 6 and 8 months right now, depending on the availability of supplies. A lot of builders are very hard at work trying to get homes built as soon as possible, trying to get new filings done as soon as possible. But again, with everything going on with COVID, there are still some challenges with getting all the materials that they need in a timely manner to get everything completed. To a large degree this week, we saw a lot of decrease in activity. We saw fewer price decreases, fewer price increases, and fewer homes back on the market. And that's probably because there isn't as much out there for this past week. However, the number of closings, the number of houses that actually sold is back up to about our normal average, which is right there, right above 400 units per week. But again, we do have kind of a tight market right now as far as inventory goes. I'm really hoping that we find some way in the near future to help address this as well. It may be a little bit difficult for the next couple of months, just considering we're going into the winter market, so there may not be as many people wanting to move as during the summer and during the spring, of course. But there are still opportunities that are happening out there. For example, one thing that does happen in our market quite a bit is a lot of off-market sales. Now, let's say somebody wants to sell their house. They start getting everything ready. They start doing little things here and there, but they start getting people who approach them wanting to see their house, wanting to purchase their house without having to put them on the market. Now, as far as the sellers, that does one of two things. What it does is it can prevent them from putting it on the market and having to get pictures taken, having to get everything cleaned up, having to do repairs, or whatever the case may be. So selling something off market for a seller can be beneficial because it has the potential to simplify the process. On the other side, with less people seeing it, with less of a chance for people to put their own bid in, put their own offer in, you may not get as much as you could if you put the property on the market. Again, that's something that's not always true, but those opportunities are out there. At the brokerage I work at, we do really focus on getting out there, meeting the community, meeting sellers before they decide to sell. We do actually have a much better chance of finding off-market properties since we spend the majority of our time right now looking for those off-market properties for our clients and each other's clients as well. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know what's been happening in your neighborhood, or you'd like to keep an eye on a neighborhood that you might want to move into, feel free to send me a message, a text, or give me a call anytime. That concludes this week's market update, and thank you for watching.